You're it, Charlie, huh?
Yep, Andrew and I are,
Are the others coming, or you don't know?
Matt said he's about a half an hour behind.
Huh?
Matt said he's about a half an hour behind.
Geez, I was hoping to be out of here in half an hour.
I think it will be anyway.
Huh?
Yeah,
That will be
I
anyway.
don't think it's that involved.
No, there's
So-
nothing that involved tonight because,
Do you wanna
Yeah.
discuss it?
So,
Please.
pretty much, we've been going back and forth, I know it had been questioned, the exemption of 30B. And, it's pretty much, it's been pretty well known, okay, yeah, this, the operation of the transfer station be exempt from 30B. It was the answer that I got from the IG's office twice when I called them. So, as a follow-up, I had a conference call with them today with two of the members, one of them being the director of the board. And he basically pointed me right to this volume 18, issue 1, March 2012 issue of their IGO's bulletin, which they kind of give guidance for municipalities on procurement. In it, it said that based on their determination, the following are not covered by the exemption, and that includes medical waste, operation of a landfill, operation of a transfer station, and the purchase of machinery used for waste management. So basically, they're saying that this one operation is not exempt from 30B, and so we're still held under those same standards as far as only being limited to a 3-year contract. We can't extend that contract past 3 years unless we went to a town meeting vote prior to the acceptance of the contract. So pretty much we're in a position now that we have to go back out to bid.
okay, so this has to go to a town meeting.
It can't go to a town meeting.
Okay.
It would have had to go to a town meeting, it would have been able to go to a town meeting before this contract was executed and basically say, yes, we agree, the town agrees to go beyond the 3 years. You can't do it retroactively though. The only real option that the town has is that we have to basically go back out to bid and assume that, basically ask for at least, that one, our current contractor to bid on it
Yeah,
and enter into a new contract.
so we gotta go out for bids again.
Correct.
Just specifically to run the transfer station,
Correct.
not how we did it before.
Right, and I've already started working on that to try to get that down to just the operation of the transfer station. And basically do it as a 1-year contract with two 1-year renewal options at the sole discretion of the town. So it's technically a 3-year contract, but the
With
town would exercise the option each additional year.
1 year with 2 additional 1 year.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, Rich?
So Andrew, if they did that, they go that route with that 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, after the first year, would you have to go back to town meeting to approve it before the contract was extended?
Not after the first year. Only if the town decided to go for another 3-year and then say a 2-year extension off that, anything beyond 3-year total term. So if we said that we're gonna go 3 years, and then the option for 2, then we'd have to go to town meeting before even signing the contract.
So if we go 1 year, then at the end of that 1 year, we have a mutual agreement to extend it. We don't
Not
have,
even a mutual agreement, it would be the sole discretion of the town.
of the town at a meeting or the boards?
The boards.
Okay.
At the board's sole discretion.
All right, I didn't have the other paper with me from last night's meeting, but, don't they have to, for the selectmen or DPW to take over the transfer station, don't they have to go to a annual town meeting, and then it's gotta go through legislation and everything?
So that's if the if you wanna basically say that the DPW is going to run the transfer station, is going to be responsible for the operation of the transfer station, you would need to create legislation to go to town meeting to change what their legislative charge is. Then, if it passed the town meeting, it would have to go to the state legislature, and the state legislature would actually have to change what their charge is to encompass the transfer station. They couldn't just start running.
Yeah, so selectmen can't just say DPW's taking over.
Correct, they cannot.
They have no say-so in that unless they don't go through all the ropes.
Correct.
So, as far as I'm concerned, Board of Health
Has
is
the
still in
jurisdiction.
charge, and we're gonna have to do something with this contract
So.
pretty quick.
Right, yeah, and I'm hoping to get this back out to bid by next week.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question? Why, is this in order to get your pricing for the next year? Can't you simply take the contract scope of work as it exists today? If the Board of Health's desire would be to continue the operation as it is
Yeah.
for the next year, to get beyond whatever decision-making is happening here in town, you know, whether DPW is gonna equip it and run it, or whatever's gonna happen beyond the next year. Can't you take that scope of work and solicit three prices and come up with the same?
They can't solicit the three prices because it's beyond the $50,000 value of the contract for 1 year. That goes off of value of contract, not costs of the town. So, and because it still falls under the 30B laws, it has to be procured in that same fashion. So you can't just go and pick one vendor and say, we want to negotiate with you, as it would be if it was exempt from 30B. You actually have to do an RFP and ask for a proposal.
How are other towns doing this? Because I can tell you two right now that they have renewed the contract for the same service level. And it's the same situation where the town does not write a check to the service provider. The residents come and pay that company and pay, buy the bags, and life merrily goes on from year to year. So that, I know that's the case in Hadley and in the town of Warren. So it's the same model that exists here.
Is it a 5-year contract or is it just a 3-year contract?
They've been renewed more than once. Definitely Hadley. I'm involved with Hadley because I'm a consultant to the town on the transfer station.
And up to about noon today, I was, from 2 different opinions that I got from 2 different people at the IG's office, I was perfectly content.
Yeah, it's definitely a difference from anything that was
And it
written
wasn't until
before.
the 3rd person that I talked to that referenced this one bulletin, that highlighted that one piece of wording that is, very cloudy in the in the way that the state law is written. We were clear to proceed. But because the issue kept on getting pushed and we finally talked to higher up that point us to that direction, now we can't be, now we can't just ignore it.
All right, so all we gotta do is vote on to put it out to bid.
I think that's what we need to do,
Yeah,
right?
if you wanna vote to put it out to bid, and I'll have it out by next week.
All right.
I don't know if
Make
the
a
board
motion.
wants to vote to, or I don't know if the board wants to meet at all just to review the RFP before it officially goes out. But that's at your discretion.
Yeah, Bob,
Bob Seymour, Route Road, relatively new to this process, but watching last week's meeting kind of perked my interest. I spent most of my career in the waste business, not in the hazardous waste end of things, though, not much in the solid waste, but I just wanna confirm a couple things. It's my understanding that the way things happen now is that the vendor that you folks hire, they get the bag fees, they get the sticker fees, and they get all the revenues generated from the recyclables, anything that they can pass on down there. And they completely run that operation down there and have all the liability and do it for zero cost for the town.
that's right.
Correct.
I mean, as a taxpayer, that's a no-brainer for me.
Man, I agree with you.
And maintain all the equipment and the grounds.
And I'm sure the people, I don't know even the name of the guys that do it, but this is probably not the only town that they do it for. They probably have other municipalities that they have the same type of relationship with. And then that allows them a huge savings because the truck that they need in Barre on Tuesday can be used in East Belchertown on Thursday, you know? Whereas if you had to dedicate all that equipment and personnel from the town, it just doesn't seem like a,
It's not feasible.
well, yeah, I'd prefer to have the DPW fix my road. Than
You're
look at-
exactly right.
That's, as a taxpayer, that's my,
That's what the DPW's for, not for running a transfer station.
But it's worth
And-
looking into maybe a town entity running the station.
You know, if they wanna change something or do something down the road, but right now, we gotta act on this and we're gonna do what we gotta do to keep going.
when does it end?
The end of June.
Okay, so you got a couple months, but it's time, right? This is when you do that.
This is, we gotta do it now.
Is that a fact? Because I recall, there was some language in the agreement about the term of the agreement, and there was, the starting date had to do with when the transfer station became available, so
They
is
started July
there,
first.
is there some wiggle room? They did, so it's
Yeah,
clearly July
it's,
first.
it is, it's in the contract.
There's no other clause in there that would allow you to maybe keep them around while you have.
No, but if- we could be
Yeah,
without a
you-
transfer station.
Yeah, your
if-
timetable's pretty short
Right.
to.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
we could be
So-
All right.
in
And
hot water.
I looked, just before this meeting, I tried to see if I could get something from Warren's contract. The most recent one that they put out last year was a 3-year contract. It didn't say anything in the proposal that went out that there was any options to extend or anything like that. I did not off the official contract, just off the advertisement that went out, so.
So currently you're operating under 1-year contracts with the ability to
No,
extend for 2?
Now, we've been on a 3-year
You-
contract.
Okay,
To go more, we have to put it out to bid again.
for it to continue,
Right,
you have to put it out to bid.
yeah.
And is that bid a 1-year deal or a 3-year?
We're gonna do 2 1-year, or 3
3 one.
1-year deals.
They're providing pricing for each individual year. The town accepts at the end of that year, the next year's bid pricing, but it's basically they're bidding based off 3 years. The town has the right at any time in that, or basically has a right at the end of any year to either not renew or go back out to bid or do however it feels, rather
Right.
than locking in something 3 years.
All right, so guess we'll just make a motion to get 3 bids and,
To go out for the RFP.
yeah.
Yep, just go up for the RFP.
And then,
That'll go
do
up
we
next.
wanna see them before they go out? Is that what you asked?
Just whether or not you wanna review the final scope of work, the final scope that goes out. It's basically gonna be a modification of the one that we did 3 years
Have you
ago.
got it with you?
This is the one that went out 3 years ago, just I was
Have we
highlighting
got a
and
copy
marking up.
of?
We have the old one that went out, but he can make, any kind of adjustments and I can get it to you.
Yeah.
You
All
can
right.
review them.
I'm hoping that pretty much the draft one's done by tomorrow, by end of business day tomorrow.
Okay, so we'll get the draft done up, and then we can put Andrea to work to get the bids.
All right.
It'll be Andrew.
It'll be Andrea. All right, so if you wanna,
Do we,
Make a motion to put the RFPs out for a bid for the operation of the transfer station.
second it, all in favor? Aye.
I do see where the where, they might have been crossed up with 30B in the original RFP, because 4 out of the 6 lines that we're requesting all do, that, because he was asking for curbside collection as part of the original one that went out. All those do clearly fall under 30B, so that might have just been, it being the last line, might have been picked out as.
Right.
Oh, hey, we forgot to include that,
Yeah,
so. Anyway, we'll proceed.
okay, so we're all set and we'll get that
now,
going.
do we need the Board of Selectmen to also vote on that?
They won't need to vote until they get the until the
Fine.
final contract's approved.
Okay.
Or so basically the
They
contract.
stood you up, Charlie. They stood you up.
So,
All right, Well, we can make motion adjourn.
Yeah, we don't have anything further. You don't have
No.
anything?
So the
Sure.
board, no, other than, guys, probably, before you have another newspaper article for your existing service contractor to read, I would reach out to him and let him know what.
I did.
She's been
I
talking to
did.
him.
He did read the article before I had mentioned it, but I didn't know what to say at that point, what direction we were going
You're
in.
late, Sam.
But he's on vacation, but I'll send him an email tomorrow or Monday and just let him know where we
Yeah.
stand.
Tell him to sharpen his pencil.
All right, guess we can,
Make a motion to adjourn.
all in favor? Aye.
Okay.
At 6:16.
Well, thank you.